Hey there, lady. My name is Molly Conley, and I'm devoted to helping women reinvent their love lives. Whether that's after divorce, dating on and off the apps, or in their committed relationship. Why? Because I've been there. I'm a former college athlete who filed for divorce 3 years into marriage, swam in the online dating pool into my late 30s, and now I'm married to the man of my spreadsheet dreams who I met 4 months before the world shut down. As a dating and relationship coach, I help my clients build a foundation filled with clarity, connection, and confidence, knowing Mr. Right is worth waiting for. Each week on the podcast, I'll bring you love life insights and savvy guests where you will receive the courage to release programmed limiting beliefs, discover patterns and behaviors restricting you from finding and attracting quality men, and ways to choose yourself first so you can build a foundation for a healthy relationship with yourself and a partner. Hey there, lady. You're listening to the Reinventing the Arena podcast. And today I'm talking about a few manifestation mistakes I see when trying to manifest love. When I've asked my clients what they have done or currently doing to create the love life or find the man of their dreams, they have tiptoed around, coming out and just saying manifesting. They say things like karma, staying positive for the universe, trying to deflect negativity, or, just trying to keep a better outlook in life. I haven't blatantly said, oh, so you're trying to manifest your love life or your partner. I kind of just let them share as much as they're comfortable with before we continue with what has or hasn't worked for them. So, why am I bringing up manifestation now? Well, it's no surprise to me how many times my friends, my fellow coaches, even other people that believe in manifestation have told me that the process, my methodology, and my strategy, like my spreadsheet, my one and only spreadsheet, is how I manifested my husband. Yet, what is a surprise is that most people think that manifesting is a simple, ritualistic process where all of your desires just manifest in front of your eyes, just out of thin air. Since the pandemic, manifesting has become such a hot topic where people have jumped on the manifesting bandwagon to only be disappointed in their so called results. So, this is why I held out for so long for sharing my spreadsheet process and my methodology. This is part of the reason why I have only integrated manifestation with certain clients within certain coaching programs, which is why I have also said fuck it and wanted to step fully into who I am with you. Did I manifest my husband? Technically, yes. And that was all before I knew I was manifesting. Have I manifested something other than love? Yes. My previous corporate job and the exact start date and pay manifested that without even asking or telling them what I wanted. I manifested my previous freelance job and a pay increase. I manifested our current apartment that we're going to be moving out of, actually. I helped Brad manifest not only his job, but we manifested his salary together. That might be a fun little topic that we'll bring to the podcast because it was fun. And then I even manifested my exact wedding dress in the middle of the pandemic. Those are my favorites, but I have also manifested some smaller things. Such a few of those would be from our national park trip that Brad and I took last August. Like, I really wanted to see a wild horse, and we were in Mesa Verde National Park. They were so far away you couldn't even make it out. So I was telling my husband, I said, I just want to have the opportunity to take a picture of one of these wild horses up close, like from the car. As we were leaving breakfast, there was one just hanging out by the stop sign, And I was completely baffled. I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me. We've been in this park for 24 hours and we've only seen them from such a far away distance." Yeah, I got the picture. It was awesome. Of course, it was awesome to me, but it's just, a horse eating grass, but it was a wild horse. Another weird one was during the same trip where we were camping, in the Black Canyon of the Gunnison, and there's bears and coyotes, all these different types of animals there. It's one of the most remote, national parks or least visited parks in the United States. And I was talking to Brad around the campfire, and I said, "You know what's really strange? We haven't heard a single coyote howl while we're camping." And not even a minute had gone by, and we heard one long howl and then never heard a coyote howl ever again for the rest of our 2-week trip. It was crazy. Now, before I started to fully dabble in manifesting, I had heard from some spiritual people in my life, like a family friend's psychic and my lovely tarot card lady, that I'm a master manifester. That manifesting has just been a part of who I am. And lady, I want to teach you my process and what I know. So, a few of the upcoming podcast episodes, as well as what you might see on Instagram or read in my emails if you're on my email list, is going to include manifestation. If you are a current or former client, you might not even notice how manifestation is integrated throughout your coaching program. I am going to do a way better job at highlighting those areas in the very near future. So let's get into these manifestation mistakes. I am going to share real life examples, either ones I have experienced myself or ones I have seen multiple times with clients. So the first one, I know many people do this. It's repeating affirmations and trying to stay in a positive mindset or in positive energy. The problem with this is that your brain thinks you're telling itself lies and your body doesn't trust you. To test this out, I want you to listen to an I am statement that I'm going to share with you in just a second and try it on for yourself. If you are in a safe place, meaning you're not driving, go ahead and close your eyes for this part. When I share the I am statement, I want you to notice the first few thoughts that come up for you, okay? So here we go. I am the best female wrestler in the world. Did your thoughts question what was said, or did they say that you were lying? I'm going to pause here so you can gather up those thoughts for a second. Okay. And when I said, I'm the best female wrestler in the world, what was your reaction in your body? Did you smile? Did you laugh? Did you feel like a shiver or an ick maybe down your spine? Unless you are a female wrestler, this I am statement didn't resonate with you, your mind, or your body. Basically, you didn't identify yourself with that statement. So the more statements you make as positive affirmations that have zero relation to what you believe about your current identity, the harder it is to make both your mind and your body believe them as a new you. This is why it is easier to believe negative statements that you have thought about yourself and your situation over a new positive statement. And this is why it's nearly impossible to take someone else's positive affirmations and have them work for you. Because, words carry weight, and certain words can bring up memories and emotions that impact how you identify with them. So, if I made a list of 10 positive affirmations to say to help you manifest your husband, more than likely they wouldn't work you. Because affirmations can only work for you if you create them and believe in them. All right, we're going to move on to the next one, which I will say happened to me a lot, and that is using situations as signs. like your ex contacting you, which means you are destined to be together forever. No, that is not what that means. So, okay, lady, this one is a pain in the ass. You are not manifesting anything here. You're being tested. Do you really want what you're saying? Maybe you want to say, maybe you're telling yourself, I want a man who treats me better than my ex. Then why do you go back to him? The universe is only going to give you what you're energetically calling in. That is a part of manifesting. But if you're not working through the lessons from your past relationships, you're going to fall into the same dating patterns and call similar men into your life. So until you've learned your lessons, the universe is just going to consistently present you with your comfort zone option. So my example here, I probably have shared before on the podcast. I know I shared it probably on an email, but my last relationship example that is relatable, which is exactly this test from the universe, is from Thanksgiving of 2019. I had just met Brad like a week, I think a week before, and we decided to meet up. Yeah, it was a week before. I have to remember because I'm like, sometimes the holiday falls on a different day. Damn it, Thanksgiving. But yes, we had just met the week before, and we decided to meet up at a local bar after we finished our Thanksgiving meals with our family members. So we were only there at that local bar for about 20 minutes when I received a text message from the last guy I dated, who I really, 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 really wanted things to work out with. I mean, I have mentioned him quite a few times on the podcast and in email examples. Um, but he and I dated for only 2 or 3 months. And it was, gosh, the year before that. And he broke it off with me. So, anyways, I hadn't heard from this guy since April. Like he just appeared out of nowhere in April and it was really confusing. And now he's sending me a happy Thanksgiving text message. So instead of replying out of obligation, out of being polite, or even out of interest, I thought to myself, isn't it strange he's texting me today while I'm out with Brad? And I took that as a cue. Do I really want to see where things go with Brad? Or am I willing to put myself back into that shitty situation that I was in before? Hell no. I was all in. What I like to say is I was in it to win it with Brad. I never replied to this person and I never heard from him again. This was the universe asking me, do you really want this unicorn in front of you? Do you really want the man you have dreamt up on your spreadsheet? Do you really want to honor your growth, yourself, your inner knowing of what you truly want in your love life? Do you really want to trust the process of what you had been doing for the last year? Or was I willing to throw it all away? I took the cue to trust myself, to trust the process, and to stay focused with what was building with Brad. Obviously, it all worked out. Okay, last but not least. Okay, last but not least, this one, I'm just sorry I have to say it, it drives me nuts. Creating a vision board and a list of qualities of your man and then not doing anything about it. Every new year, I see these vision board parties and I get so curious how women think this is really going to help them. Because, yes, it's nice to spend time together creating something, but what are you really doing to create your reality? And don't get me wrong, I've been here, I've done it too. I decided to not create necessarily a vision board, but I created something similar last year to help me focus on goal setting. But that's not manifesting. It's not law of attraction. It's nothing if you don't do the damn thing. Plus, if those aren't pictures of you, your brain doesn't register as you achieving them. No matter what you're trying to manifest, you have to take action. And cutting shit out of magazines or creating something to go on your phone isn't going to do it at all. if you did create one of these this year, look at one image of it. What have you done to manifest it into your life? What are you doing day in and day out to get that result? Most of the time, people are only willing to take the action so far. They hit a roadblock and they don't know why or where it came from. And this literally has to do with your mindset. Manifestation is a lot of mindset work, just like the identity work I mentioned earlier with positive affirmations. So let's say you want to manifest a new partner who has all these amazing qualities, but your current reality says the man doesn't exist in your hometown because you haven't seen him on the apps or in person. What you're telling yourself is based off your current experience that he doesn't exist. Your brain does not know the difference between living in your city and living in mine. He does exist somewhere. And your relationship with your ideal partner does exist at some point in time. And I'm going to be really honest. I was here too, ladies, way before I became a coach. Completely hated the fact that I couldn't find my man anywhere when I lived in Omaha, Nebraska. But let's do a reality check. Brad was living in the same town. Brad wasn't divorced yet. And let's be honest here, Brad reached out to me twice and I wasn't interested because I wasn't there yet, which is my next thing here. What are you doing to become the woman this man that you have dreamt up would be interested in? If you want a man who is healthy, strong, muscular, goes to the gym every day, do you think he wants a woman who sits on her ass 24/7? I'm just being honest here. No, more than likely, he wouldn't. If you want a man who has a high-paying job and owns a home, then where are you at on that scale? I am mentioning some of these very surface level and somewhat superficial level qualities that I hear a lot because I want to drive home this point. Match the energy you are wanting to call in. And this also means not settling for someone who's below the match of energy you're already wanting. The vision board really does get me fired up, so I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop here. Now, if you're enjoying these manifestation mistakes, then you need to sign up for my masterclass. That is Manifesting Love 101, and it is tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. I am going to fully dig into the truth about these tools and processes for manifestation, what manifesting is and what it isn't, as well as what you need to start manifesting love into your life. Now, if you are someone who can manifest the small things in your love life, or maybe just in a few areas of your life, but not in love, this masterclass is still for you. And I call that the glass ceiling of manifesting. You can find the link to join the masterclass in the show notes. Also, always check my website for upcoming masterclasses and events. I hope to see you tomorrow. Otherwise, have a wonderful day, and I will chat with you again next week. Thank you for joining me on the Reinventing the Arena podcast. I'm your host, Molly Conley, a dating and relationship coach devoted to helping women reinvent their love lives. Tap the subscribe button so you never miss out on an episode. You can always find me on Instagram at Reinventing the Arena, or you can learn more by visiting my website, reinventingthearena.com. And know this, I 100% believe there is a man out there for you. There's no better time than now to believe it too. You can always reinvent your love life, lady, filled with clarity, connection, and confidence. Just take it one choice at a time. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will chat with you again soon.